Thank you to everyone who came to visit me in my pod. I'm sorry we didn't have enough time to swap stories with everyone. I had a really lovely time, some great stories. And my brain is full after an amazing day, so apologies to anyone who gave me one of these stories if I get any details wrong. Basically, the way it worked, for those of you who didn't get in to see me, I had a set of these cards with the name of something that has inspired me written on it, and people could choose one, and I would tell them the story, but the deal was they then had to give me a card back with something on it that had inspired them. So I swapped empty benches for dogs with squashy faces. This is the realisation at some point that those cute-looking dogs with squashy faces and little wrinkled-up eyes have been bred to look cute by human beings, but those squashed-up faces are actually bad for them. It stops them breathing properly, the folds in their skin get infected, and it's a grown-up person realising that. I swapped something my mum said to me when I was 19 years old for a silent applause. This is a youth theatre show performed by a cast of entirely deaf performers, and a person in the audience discovering, when it came to the applause, that the way deaf people applaud is like this. I swapped dead jellyfish for racing pigeons on Sky Edge. Sky Edge is a wonderfully named place in Sheffield, high up over the city, and racing pigeons, and I asked, are they called racing pigeons or homing pigeons? They're called racing pigeons, but only racing pigeons home, or only homing pigeons can be used to race, because if they don't go home, then you can't race them. But they're... because there's no finishing line, obviously. They get driven halfway across Europe and then released, and after 2 or 3 days they come home. And so this is the urge to go home. I swapped a jar of marbles for a box of marbles. This is a young woman walking around a new part of Glasgow. This is that young woman walking through the barrows and the markets in Glasgow and thinking they felt vaguely familiar, even though she thought she'd never been there before. And this is coming across a market stall that sold marbles and picking up a few marbles that she liked the look of. And then in a box full of marbles, having the urge to push her hand down into the cold glass marbles. And as she did that, realising that she had felt that sensation before and discovering through a conversation with her grandparents that they'd taken her to that market as a child, and she'd done exactly the same thing. I swapped the Voyager 2 space probe for pictures of Earth, watching Earth from the space station. This is a Russian astronaut who'd spent 6 months, cosmonaut I should say, who spent 6 months in space being asked what he missed while he was up there, and him saying, the smells and the view of the places I know. And this is how astronauts who spend a lot of time in space put up pictures of Earth, not seen from space, but pictures of Earth seen from Earth up to look at whilst they're up above the Earth, having the most amazing view ever. I swapped my granddad looking at the sea for Can't Get Used to Losing You by The Beat. This is a baby who has recently lost her grandmother, a grandmother who looked after her a lot in the first year of her life. This is that baby looking intently at a photograph of that grandmother. I swapped a swimming pool at night for Beyoncé. This is a daughter asking her father, Dad, what's it like having 3 daughters? And getting the reply, it's brilliant, but sometimes I have to go to the pub. This is the mother of those daughters telling that daughter that she'd kind of imagined when she had 3 daughters that it might be a bit like being Boudica and having a chariot and conquering the world with her daughters. And then it's that daughter seeing Beyoncé at Glastonbury this year and thinking that there was some sort of connection there because she was so brilliant. This is Beyoncé being so good at something that the girl watching her went out for a run the next morning. I swapped a Venn diagram of all of my friends for never too old to learn. This is a grown woman giving up what she had done for all of her life up to that point and realising she could actually retrain and do something else. This is that woman setting up a business and then her 93-year-old grandfather insisting that she bring her laptop over to show him how it worked. And this is that 93-year-old grandfather buying a laptop on his own, not being guided through the process, just seeing one on special offer, liking the look of it and buying it. So this is never too old to learn. I swapped 3 pints of Guinness for don't act positive for my sake, be positive for your own sake. This is a woman dying of cancer, saying that to her friends and her family. And this is those friends and family taking that to heart and having a great time at her funeral because they'd changed their outlook on life. I swapped air crash investigation for the missing rug. This is a family walking home from school, a mother and I think 2 sons, and one of the sons saying, "Mummy, will Daddy be at home when we get home?" And the mum saying, "Probably not." And the son insisting, "Mummy, he might be home though, mightn't he?" And the mum saying, "No, I don't think so." And then the whole family getting home and that son thinking there's something missing in the living room. There's a rug missing. "Mummy, where's the rug?" This is the mum sitting the boys down and saying, "The rug is with your dad, he took it with him." And that being how the mother told the children that their dad had left. And the son kind of being very upset about the rug being missing rather than the dad being missing. And this is weirdly a bunch of grown people laughing at that story all those years later. And I swapped comics, inevitably, for I've got some pies. This is a restaurant menu simply being the statement, well, I've got some pies. And this is the couple who, in the end, didn't eat all of the pies because one of them was mouldy, leaving through this small restaurant, which was actually someone's front room, but on their way out, seeing some cuttings on the wall and realising that the guy who ran this restaurant, a small room in the village of Cartmel, had actually won a race that the villagers used to have regularly, and that this is about that man just keeping going. And that's it. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Alex. Thank you.